All right. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to you, wherever you are in this beautiful world. Welcome to our Inner Circle Live for New York session. I'm your host, Ryan Carthage. We'll be joined shortly. No, not today. Um, Benay Allen will not be on this morning. But as always, let's turn off all distractions, grab pen and paper, let's take lots of notes. Let's make sure that we participate and engage. As always, let's make sure we start our day off with taking massive action. And that action stands for accepting all possible losses before entering a trade, preparing you for any outcome, centering yourself, body, mind, and spirit, ensuring a balanced approach to trading, trusting your education, strategy, trade skills, and intuition. Imagine your trade successfully materializing, obeying your trading strategy, avoiding decisions based on greed or fear, and never looking back or stopping once your trade has commenced. All right. Um, so we're going to get to it. Um, look at a few currencies. Then I want to look at the ETF market and some stocks and see where things are there. Um, as we had PPI data yesterday and we got CPI data today. So we want to see how the market responded yesterday. So if everybody can hear me okay, drop me one in the chat and we will get things underway. Perfect. Appreciate it. All right. So we'll start off with, here it is. Boom. Start off with trading economics, and then we'll get into the data from yesterday. But first news for today is UK inflation surprisingly slows. Annual inflation rate in the UK unexpectedly edged lower to 2.5% in December from 2.6 in November, below expectations of 2.6. However, the reading aligned with the BOE's forecast, driven primarily by a slowdown in prices for restaurant and hotel services, right? So slowing inflation in the UK, the annual core inflation also declined at 3.2 from 3.5, right? So in the UK, inflation is coming down slowly, okay? Um, so we'll see how that impacted some of those pound pairs. We had the German economy shrinks also. Germany's GDP, the largest player in the Eurozone, fell by 2% in 2024, following a 0.3% contraction in 2023, in line with the market expectations. So slowing down in the Eurozone. Expectations for today and the annual CPI or inflation rate for the US. The expectation and inflation rate likely accelerated for the third consecutive month, reaching 2.9% in December 2024, the highest since July. This compares to 2.7 in November, with the year-end rise partially driven by low base effects from last year, particularly for energy. On a monthly basis, the CPI is expected to have increased by 0.3%, matching November's pace, supported by prices for gasoline, food, vehicles, and rental. Meanwhile, the annual core inflation, which excludes viable items such as food and energy, is anticipated to remain steady at 3.3, consistent with the November figure. All right. Monthly core inflation is projected to edge down by 2.2%, following a 0.3 rise in each of the previous months. So we'll see how that data actually comes out. But that's the expectation ahead of those numbers. So if those numbers come out above the expectation, we could definitely see the market sell off further um, as they brace for a more firm Federal Reserve, right? In rates to stay higher for longer. And as we've been talking about, less cuts this year. So we'll see how things go there. All right. In the Eurozone, the ECB is defending their cut path as they still plan to continue their 2025 path for rate cuts, as the market is betting that that plan will shift. So we'll see how the narrative goes there. Um, Over to the calendar yesterday, right? Core PPI data came in below expectation. Okay, looking at 0.2% rise, and it came in flat. So it held steady where it was. Um, and the month over month PPI came in below as well at 0.2%. Okay. So still up, but lower than expected. Okay. So as inflation continues to play its role, right, the market is bracing for like I said, a more firm Fed when it comes to those rate cuts. Um, for today, right, here's that pound CPI data there. Um, mm, 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 mm. Then later on today, 8:30, we got CPI data for the United States. Okay, so we'll keep our eyes peeled there. We also have Empire State Manufacturing Index as well. Give us insight on the manufacturing side of things. Then we have crude oil inventories at 10:30. And then tonight, employment change and unemployment rate for the Aussie. Throughout the day, you got central bank speakers coming to the microphone. All right. So be interesting to see what they have to say about the climate as we move into a new presidency. All right. Um, so that's where we are. Any questions from a fundamental perspective? No? All right. Cool deal. Over to the charts. Come back to that Swissy. But um dollar starting to tail off a little bit, right? That data came in below the expectation. Okay. So seeing a retracement in the dollar. We'll see how the CPI data comes out and see if that pushes prices higher or if that um accelerates the momentum to the downside in the dollar. So we'll watch and see how things play out there. Okay. We talked about yesterday the potential price getting to this 111 area at some point and then falling. So we'll watch and see if this is that full retracement period here coming back to this 107, or do we reverse and push higher in the zone before that full breakdown. Coming here to the 4, right? Da, 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 da. That AB boundary hit the D extension there. Fresh AB boundary didn't quite get into that 118, 127 zone, right? That we talked about yesterday, but we're getting the retracement now. So cash in the buy zone here. We got you at 382. So do we see price come down to this 108 level and then reverse to the upside with that CPI data, right? And that might extend this move up if we are to move up, right? 111, 373-ish, 384. Um, so don't be surprised if we see that kind of action if the CPI data comes out above the expectation. Now, if it comes out below, right, we'll see this continue to move to the downside and get to that 107 level. All right. So that's how I'm looking at the dollar. Um, and then we'll see if this 107 level holds or if it gets broken. Okay. So that's the DXY. Excuse me. That's what I'm looking to see if this type of action happens. All right. Questions on the DXY? Oh, all right. Full beans. Um, Swiss yen. We talked about yesterday getting a retracement and then seeing if we can get long. So this is a look overall on the Swiss yen, slowly making its way to the upside, right? Higher lows forming. Do we get a swing low to form here with the close of today's candle? Okay, looking at this area right here. Um, so watching how things move. Stochastic's still lower in the zone. We're trying to get out of that buy zone. Okay. So as we go down to the four, right, we're sitting in that in that sweet spot, 8-6 retracement, looking to see if we can get up here to 176. Okay. Got a nice push to the upside, strong bullish action. And then we got the retracement here. Okay. And we're looking at this zone yesterday for price to come into. Um, take that out. For price to come into, let's see if we can hold in this area and then give us another move back to the upside. Okay. So in the sweet spot on the four, nice pullback. So as we come down to the one, there's price pushing back down into that zone. Okay. We didn't get the retracement earlier on, right? We had that move there, it stalled for a little bit. We didn't get that move, but price hit the D extension and then gave us a nice deep retracement, putting us at 8-6 retracement here on the 1 hour time frame. Okay. Um, we got a bullish cloud ahead. Nice strong break of the cloud there on the one. Beautiful pullback to retest the cloud. Stochastic in the buy zone. Strong bullish action happening now. Right. So we'll see if we get this reversal in the swing low to form and price continue moving to the upside. You got a bullish cloud ahead still here. Okay. Um, so let's watch this. This could be setting up nicely for price to continue moving to the upside. 1 hour D extension 173. Like we said, 176 is that daily D extension. Yeah, that daily D extension that we're looking to see if we get to. Okay. So nice opportunity here, deep in the zone. Stop loss outside the A. Looking for price to continue moving long here. Okay. Questions on the Swiss yen. This moved beautifully. No. All right. Cool deal. 1 second, everybody. Okay. All right. So that's the Swiss yen. Take a look at this pound yen, right? Because we're looking for a similar type movement, right? Rejection off that level. Looking to see if the swing low forms here. Okay. Similar to that Swiss yen, got stochastic in the buy zone, right? Even with inflation coming down in the UK, still looking for that weakness in the yen, right? So we'll watch and see how things develop today in this area. We'll come down to the four here, right? And push back 50% retracement level. Price started to take off, and then here's that pullback. Okay, stochastic's still high on the 4 hour, so we'll see if we get potentially another push down um, to come into alignment. Maybe get a little head and shoulder or a crown type action here on the 1 hour time frame when I go there, but maybe get another push down and give a double bottom here. But let's see how things develop here to see if we get some traction to the upside. Okay, ultimately looking for price to get back to at some point this 208 area, right? 203 is the matching extension here on the four. Looking for something close to a double top on this within the first quarter, maybe even into early summer. But let's see how things evolve. That's what I'm looking for is another move to the upside here. Okay. So as we come down to the one, this is what this looks like here, right? Came back to this 50% level. right? Let's watch and see. Does this develop into crown pattern for a deeper push? Okay. Let's watch how that develops today. It may not, right? We'll see how the data comes out and we'll see how things move, but that could have another push to the downside before it turns over. We do have a bullish cloud ahead. Okay, so we'll look to see right now it's consolidation. You see how it's flat. The cloud is flat right here. That tells us that we got support here. Okay, which you can see with the candlesticks. So we'll see if that support holds and we just push long, break the cloud, and continue moving up, or do we get another push down before we get that move to the upside? All right. So I'm keeping that in the back of my mind as this play evolves here. Right. But overall, I am still looking for this to move long um, over the midterm. Right. Looking for this to move long over the midterm. Okay. Questions on the Swiss yen?
No questions.
No. All right. Um, 1 second, everybody. All right. Want to make sure that I have all of those covered. Take a look at this Aussie CAD really quickly. So on the daily, we ended up taking out that A on that last push to the downside here. Stochastic coming out of that sell zone, right? So we still could push lower here, but price took out the A on the daily time frame. So we'll remove that fib that we drew in manually, but could still give us a double bottom there. Okay, could still give us a double bottom there. So we'll watch that. 382 push here. Let's see, right? 88, 116. Let's watch and see what happens here. We broke that daily support level, so we'll pull that out. Let's see if this support level holds again here, or if we have another push to the downside coming. Right? Could be in for that. We got data this evening for the Aussie employment change and unemployment rate. Let's see how the job market looks um, for the Aussie. Okay, so we'll watch that level there. Down on the 4, also took out the A. Did it? Yes, also took out the A there on this push. It doesn't look quite right. 88, 527. Did it really get that low? 7. No, it didn't get there. Interesting. It didn't actually take out the A here. We'll flip the fib anyway and look for similar to that daily, right? So if we get another push to 88, 326. Stochastics are on a line here between the daily and the 4. This could push down again. Yeah, this level might not hold. So we'll watch and see what happens as this one evolves. But this might not hold. We might get another push to the downside here, get in the 88 through 26 area, and then we'll get a reset and see what happens there. But we could Could push lower here. That does look like it took that out. Maybe just by the wick. So we'll see. Let's see what happens here at the support level. Column of one, do we have anything here? Similar story. There's our larger fib there. That's the sub fib to the downside. The larger fib we have this 80-20. But we might push this D extension. We'll watch this and see how it goes, but we might push further. There's that daily support level there. Sit tight on this one, right? We're taking out that daily fib and that 4-hour fib. Sit tight and be patient here. We do have a cloud break on the one with the bullish cloud ahead. This one I need additional confirmation. Let's do this. And there you got your trend line break also. That might be on the reversal. That level might hold. Let's see. You got your trend line break there. You got your retest of the trend line. And now you're moving north. Cloud break also. Bullish cloud ahead. This might go. This might go. That gave the additional confirmations that I was looking for. Um, so this might turn over here. We'll get a reset on that, on those daily fibs if it runs higher, but we'll track things to the upside and see if we get to at least this 618 level here. But like I said, on this 1 hour capital fib, 382 target is 93.87. Let's see if things line up fundamentally for that to occur. It'll be interesting to see here. Let's keep our eye on this one and see if we get this, at least get back to this 93.87. Okay. Questions on the Aussie CAD? Nope. All right, cool. Ba, 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 ba. Let's hop over and take a look at this QQQ. No, I just had it on here the other day. 1 second. 1 second, everybody. I don't know why that's not pulling up now. Huh, that's interesting. All right, so we'll skip that one. Um, and let's go to Let's go to ARKK. Am I tripping? None of these are in here anymore? What's happening? Are you guys able to pull up any
I have it in my as a pair and it came up. Okay.
what
QQQ anyways.
what do you
Yeah,
have
I've
it
just
as?
checked. I've just checked mine. And it usually comes up QQQ Investco or something like that, but it's not here no more.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I just refreshed my screen and
What about let's see. There's none of all right. Let's go
maybe
MC.
the feed didn't come true or something for them.
Yeah, none of the
Stocks.
NVIDIA. Yeah, no stocks are showing up. SCH. Let me open this up. Maybe this will change it. That's wild. Um, yeah, this is a limited list here. Interesting. All right. Well, that changes my plan a bit. It's no problem. Um, this is one I do want to take a look at as Apple. We'll go here in its retracement phase, just with that 118 level, Apple, right? You saw it yesterday, Reese. I didn't have a chance to look too much yesterday. I have to send a message on that. That's to see what's happening there. Um, Apple in its up retracement zone, right? On that move down, just with that, just shy of that 118 level in the reversal, right? So do we come back to 220? Okay. Would really like we got stochastic in the buy zone here, so we may not get this deeper move, but would really like to see continue to move down to 220, right? Maybe even deeper, 216, 212. But nice retracement here. You see the previous gave us that 618 retracement there. Would really like it if we got down deeper in the zone. Give a nice buying opportunity there. Let's go back to the weekly. Yeah. Um, Interesting moves there, but yeah, 672. We might be in a nice buying area for the long-term move here. 588 at least. 657. Let's see if we can get another pullback here. If we can get back down, I don't know if we get it here. Hmm. So that's on the monthly. Okay, let's go back. Um, It'll be interesting to see. We got your 382 at this wick here. On the weekly, we're in the sell zone. Okay. Watching this 219 levels where my eyes are going right now. Um, so on the daily, I don't know that we get all the way back down here to 192, but we may. But I'd at least like to see 219. Okay. And maybe we get a head and shoulders type action that gives us a deeper push. But we'll watch and see as things progress today and throughout this week or the next couple weeks. See if we're able to get back down to this 219 level at least. Right. Got support here. If we get a head and shoulder pattern here, then we'll look deeper. But looking for a deeper retracement there. Coming down to the 4, similar deal. Similar deal here. Okay, so we'll watch that as it moves down. Stochastic also in the buy zone here on the 4. So we might get a move back to the upside and then a continuation down. Let's run the fib here. Oops, missed the level. All that got taken out. Cool. Flip. De-extension achieved. All right. So that somewhat makes sense. De-extension achieved here on the 1. Let's see if we get a reset. And a pullback. Come back closing this gap here. 618-786 range. And then the move down. Let's see if we get something like this to happen. So if we get a high price here, I don't know if anybody's looking to to short any stocks, but we get a high price here and things continue to align fundamentally with the Fed and they're more of a hawkish tone, could see this move lower after we get a retracement here. Let's watch and see what happens if we get that move back to the upside and price settles in the 618-786 range. Okay. Let's watch this area. That might be a nice move down. I said I don't know if anybody's shorting stocks at all, but move down and then look to see what happens there for a move back to the upside. Questions on Apple?
No, no question.
All right. Cool deal. Uh, ba, 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 ba. Let's take a look at this Adobe and see where it's sitting. Still think long term this is a buy. But it's been moving to the downside quite a bit, just as a lot of your tech stocks have. But let's see. So they continue to retrace when we broke those levels. Oops. Cool. Let's remove all of this. And got support here. I'm going to drop in these support levels really quickly. Let's see. Last time we looked at this is the zone that we're watching for price to come into. Got there. See if we get a high price for it to then continue lower. Kind of similar to that talk with Apple, right? So we got 80-20 here on the move down, right? Maybe we get a high price back to 531-ish. This will be interesting to see how this aligns. Let's take that out. Yeah, let's see if we get a nice retracement here. Be a nice move to the upside. Let's see what happens here. I'm intrigued by this now. 80-20 stochastic in the buy zone, right? Do we get swing low to form and then a push long? Let's go down to the 4. 80-20 there as well. This might be a good short-term buy opportunity here, good people. Let's see if this is able to hold. Okay. 80-20 on the 4 there as well. Come down to the 1. 80-20 on the 1 also. Ooh. Stochastic in the sell zone here. Consolidation a little bit more and then a push long. Might be a nice setup for a short-term buy. I like it. Got alignment on all levels. Stochastic is out of whack on the 1. But in the buy on the daily and the 4. Let's see how the CPI data comes out today. Let's see how that data comes out this morning, right? That might be an opportunity to buy this at least back to a high price, right? At least back to a high price, potentially closing some of these gaps here, and then getting back short. Let's watch this here. See if we get it. That's interesting. Potential buy opportunity on Adobe. 80-20 on all 3 levels. Questions? No. All right. Cool deal. Um, 1 second. All right. Um, take a look at Walmart. Ooh, it's a nice retracement there. Already coming out of that buy zone. Let's come back further. That was a crazy drop. going down here. Full breakdown. All right. We're in a retracement phase. This one's probably gonna head back down. Okay. All right, all right, all right. Let's see what's happening with Walmart. I don't see anything. I'm gonna have to do some research there and see what's happening there on Walmart. What caused this move here last year. Now we've been on the move back up. Hmm. Okay. Let's watch that. That's curious. That has me curious. See if we get a pullback on this. Yeah, we're pulling back now. So let's see what happens if we get a pullback down to $84. Above the cloud. Still bullish ahead. We're in a retracement phase. So let's see 84.63. Let's see if we get another push down. And then look for a buying opportunity here. Huh. Take out the A on the 4. Stochastic and the sell zone here on the 4-hour. Let's look and see if we get a deeper retracement on Walmart. That might set up for a nice buying opportunity around $84. Let's watch that closely there. Beautiful 80-20. Look at that. Boom. Okay. So that's Walmart. I'm gonna throw off my play today. Okay. Um, yeah, let's see if we get a deeper retracement on Walmart for a buying opportunity there. Okay. So since we aren't able to look at any of those, let's take a look at oil. Still running long, right? Got a nice retracement happening now. Stochastic in the sell zone. All right, so we could get a pullback, come back to around this level here, 75.27. Right. So I'm looking for pullbacks and continuations here. Um, with some of the sanctions out there. Yeah, things were slower in China. But I'm still looking for oil to continue moving to the upside as we move through this year as well. With Donald Trump coming in, he's more pro oil, right? Pro drilling, pro all of that, and not as much on the EV side. So you won't see anything. I don't foresee you seeing anything from him regarding slowing down of drilling, slowing down of production of oil, that kind of deal. So um I think we'll see this move more to the upside. The one thing that could kind of slow that down a little bit is the interest rate conversation and how businesses move. So that'll be an interesting dynamic to watch as things evolve with individual spending and traveling and such. But overall, right now, I'm still bullish on oil. Okay. Come back to the weekly. Yeah. So this is where we are on the weekly time frame. I don't know that we get to 150, right? But could potentially get back up here in the 120 range at some point. Stochastic here is in the sell zone, so it could be in for a pullback. Like I say, coming back to around that level. Before continuing to the upside. But overall, I'm long on oil, right? And maybe we bounce here for a little while in this range. But depending on where you're positioned on this, I'm looking long here. Okay. We'll see if we get into this 140 area over the next year or so. But yeah, pull back and then we'll see if we get a continuation to the upside. Coming back to the daily, what that looks like. It could come here, right? Coming back to the $72 range. Let's watch that and see how that develops. Go to the 4. Smaller waves out. Excuse me. And that's your A boundary there on the 4. That's $72. Let's watch this retracement here. Yeah, so casting in the buy zone on the 4. So got a mismatch. So we could see some consolidation. But let's see if we get a retracement like this. And that'll set us up to get to 80. And that'll set us up for that next level. Yeah, let's keep our eyes out for a deep retracement here. Okay. And then to move back up. Joy, you got anything on the oil side of things news wise?
Oh, I've been bad. I didn't do any recent readings. The last that I have is basically waiting to see if he's going to put tariffs on Canadian oil.
Canadian oil. Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah.
And then Saudi is still dealing with having to sell gas at a lower rate. But eventually it was something that I read and I have to find it because it was over the weekend. And it was something about the anticipation of the gas prices going up. And I forgot what would have been the cause. So I gotta find it.
Yeah. Okay. Cool beans, right? And you got uh, let's see. Let's watch and see what happens, right? We'll take a look fundamentally and see what's there too. Um, but yeah, if we get a nice retracement here in the $72 range, I'm looking to add to my position on this. Long. Right. I'm positioned on this one around $67. So I definitely like to see price stay above this level. If it breaks it, then I'll reassess. But definitely want to see price settle in this range. Then I'll look to add to it. So that's on the 4.
I think it's gonna pull back stagnant because on the 1 hour is just below the 50 and the 200. It's in between the 50 and the 200.
Okay.
And so it's just below the 50 and it's in the cloud on the 1 hour, but it's like I'm looking at it like a channel, but I think it'll get back down to 75, 60 for that 200 touch.
Where is it 200 at?
The 200 is at 75, 60,
75,
75,
60.
37, actually.
Okay. Right in this range here.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Then maybe.
50% retracement.
Mm-hmm.
But it's also retesting that previous high here. Okay. Let's see. Let's see what this retracement looks like. Right. Got an 80-20 play here, right? This AB boundary formed over here, right? So this is one of those weird ones where you had some volatility happen, but definitely set us up for a deeper move to the downside here. Okay, so let's watch for that retracement, and then we'll see if we pick back up. at those lower levels. Okay. Questions on oil?
No, no questions.
Cool deal.
Welcome.
Yeah.
That was well explained there as well. So from what Joyce said, the pullback, it may go down to 75.37, was it?
She said between 75.60 and 75.37, I believe. Right. So basically
Right.
retesting this high here, 75.25.
Mhm.
Yep. Yep. So give us a 50% retracement on that.
All right.
Which makes sense. Makes sense. So let's see. Right. And that'll be a retest of the cloud here on the 4 and a 618 retracement on the 4 as well. So let's see. Let's see. That'd be a nice. That'd be a nice move down if we can settle in on that retest of the cloud. It might set us up nicely. Might set us up nicely.
Yeah, because I
Questions?
tried to play that previous as an 80-20
Uh-huh.
and I shut the chart. I actually did not hear my alarm when it went past my warning area. I was like, dang, that wasn't the 80-20. Let me leave these alone.
Yeah. Yeah. That's all good though. That is all good. Let's watch it. Let's watch it. Let's watch it. Okay. See, can I pull up natural gas here? Okay. Take a look at nat gas also, and we'll wrap it up here. So I'll clean up all of this, but we got the moves that we were looking for. Yeah. And got the moves that we're looking for, right? We're looking for that retracement. Gave it to us. Deeper move. Now we're making our way back to the upside. Okay. A nice break of this wedge here on the 1. You can see that. Right? Had that wedge form there. Nice push to the upside, retest that trend line and continuation there, right? And we're staying above the trend line here. This trend line isn't drawn properly, but right. So interesting movement there, but moving north, coming down, right? So here we are on the daily, that larger fib. Pull it out so we can see things better. But looking for that move to continue moving long, somewhere between $5 and $7 is where I'm looking for price to get to. But headed north. Okay. Headed north. Got some indecision right now in the market, right? Bouncing back and forth, which is fine. Stochastic pushing higher. So it could be in for a retracement at some point. We'll see how this consolidation continues to move. But we got a 382. S&D extension is 438. Right. So even with all the back and forth and the bounce and the indecision, still looking for price to continue moving to the upside. All right. So I'm going to continue to sit in my positions and I'll look for pullbacks and continuations on it. All right. So that could come with the close of candle today. That'll give us a swing high here. Okay. So don't be surprised if we get price to move back down. Okay. Don't be surprised if we get a retracement. And then a move back up. Okay. So that's the daily on the 4. Got to that D extension and is resetting. Right. All the back and forth, all the long moves back down, just creating higher lows. Okay. So if we draw this trend line from the bottom, Connected there. All right. Go ahead and ignore. All right. So don't be surprised if we come back and retest the trend line. That'll be okay too. All right. But you see this angle is getting steeper and steeper. Boom. All right. So maybe we come back, retest the cloud, trend line, push. Could even come back and test the middle trend line and then push. It's all within that range. That's all right. But looking north overall. Okay.
This one too is in between the 50 and the 200 on the 1 hour, but it's closer. It's closing in on.
Okay. So it could be in for a breakout in one direction or the other.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Let's see. Let's see. A little crown action here in the consolidation. See what happens. But looking long overall, even if we get a deeper pullback. Okay. So that is not gas. Questions on anything that we covered this morning?
No questions.
Oh. All right, good people. Again, all right, continue to be patient. Pick your spots. Continue to watch. See how the market develops. Let's see what this data looks like today, and see how the market responds to the data ahead of next week. All right, we'll be back at it tomorrow morning, 6:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time for the pre-narrative session. You guys have a phenomenal day.